Hey, this is Footfetish, and you're listening to the SSBH Hunter's Mark podcast. Zanders, what's going on, bud?
Oh, I'm doing good. How about yourself there, Foot?
Just another beautiful day, man. It's a bit hot out,
Massaging
but
them feet?
yeah, rubbing them feet, baby, rubbing them.
Uh-huh. Alrighty.
Shit. Yeah, let's just talk some galleys, eh? So, what server did you start on, bud?
I originated from the roleplay server Ketamore, and I played there until they started the server transfers, and I made it Star Strider.
To Star Shitter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! About what
I
time
went.
was that? Was that NGE or?
Yeah, that was NGE. I started playing a few months after NGE hit, so I got to experience all the people raging about, CU and pre-CU and all that stuff.
Gotcha. Well, I was going to say, if you only got to experience the CU to NGE, you only witnessed like half of it because there was equal amounts of rage with from pre CU to the CU. That was also entertaining.
I don't know how many back in my day stories I got as a kid when I was playing the
Uh,
original game. I'm like, oh my god, we're not playing that game anymore.
yeah, it's two different games, but yeah, there's a lot of people
Hmm.
that still use that as a gatekeeping mechanism. Whoa, back in my day, it's like get fucked. It's a
Hmm.
different game. Uh
Yeah.
so when did you start Legends? Do you remember?
Um, I started. My account is either from 2016 or 2017. I don't remember the exact year.
So you've been around for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been around for a hot minute. I joined SSBH, I believe, around 2017. I came in when SSBH was aligned with a guild called Fox, or Gray Fox is the full name.
Really?
And
Okay.
I actually made all the kick pets for the original leadership.
No joke. So that was something I was gonna get into a bit later, but yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know that that was you that started it, so you're to blame.
Yeah, I'm the blame, I guess. I
Oh
made
shit.
everyone's kick pet.
Gotcha.
And
So
then I swiftly joined SSBH on my bounty hunter, and I ran a few hunts with Eternal and got like my setup built up, and I was like a real natural to it when I first started. And within the first 5 minutes of having the SSBH tag, I hadn't even hunted anyone yet, and I had gotten a really like nasty hate tell telling me to leave the guild and all this other stuff. I'm like, really, dude?
yeah, it
But yeah,
doesn't
that made
do.
me want to stay in the guild more when I got that.
See, that's what people don't understand about the tag. Like, you send hate because of the tag, but what they don't understand is most of that hatred is what fuels the degenerates in this guild.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
if you're just feeding into it for us, and then you're gonna end up in SSBH haters, and who knows, maybe one
Hmm.
day Gak will read your message in this podcast. But so it was you that started the kick pets for all of the original leadership. I was gonna talk about how your BM laboratory is still used to this day for the guild, is it not?
Yeah, if there's anybody that needs a pet, I can usually make it for them, but I've been trying to make my own appearance mutations this time around that I started playing again.
How's that going
I
for you?
I hate myself. That's how it's
Mm,
going.
pretty RNG.
Originally, I was up to 80 attempts on an Afflay, and I still haven't gotten an Afflay. So I gave up on that, and I'm trying to do a tan right now, and I'm up to 5 attempts with only one mutation going off. So yeah, I hate myself.
Yeah, yeah, that stuff is very very RNG. Um,
Yeah.
so what about SSBH made you want to join? Was it just the fact that it was a bounty hunters only guild, or were you approached by somebody?
It was a bounty hunters guild, but I just was in voice with Eternal and the other leader at the time. His name was Chestic, and he was in the Fox Guild with me. But I was just in voice with him, and I was just listening to him having a blast. And I'm like, you know what? I want to try this out. And I made a bounty hunter and got my suit made up, and I went hunting with him, and I had a blast with it too. and I joined up after that.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you're one of the oldest active members in the guild still. Uh, or you're up there
Um,
as far as Legends is concerned.
as far as legends, yeah, I think I'm probably the next to Eternal. I'm probably the eldest of active leadership, but there's still some OGs before me that are like the originals. They just
Yeah.
don't play much these days.
I know Boilers, he was on live in SSBH as well, and now he's back, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah. We
so
got a few of them.
what's it like dealing with old Dad Turnal?
Sexual harassment. No, um, it's actually pretty easygoing with Eternal. He's really easy to get along with as long as you're not coming in acting like an immature 5-year-old. It's pretty easy to get along with the guy.
Yeah, I agree. I've never had a bad interaction with him personally. Good dude.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
yeah. Uh, so whenever you joined, something that I know that we have nowadays, but I'm just curious when you joined if this was a thing. But when new players join our guild, you're able to join the Discord and you're able to look at different builds. Was that an option back then? Did he have like screenshots of builds, or was that just something that was word
No,
of
I
mouth?
want to say that was in the era when Totemas came into the guild was when we started doing the guides and the theory crafting. The guides were not there
Okay.
originally. I think it was only the troll guide from Sam.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah.
yeah.
I was kind of curious when that actually started happening because kind of doing these podcasts so far, I've kind of learned that, this guild went from a shitty website with Amazing Grace playing in the background of screenshots to what it is today. So it's just kind of how much it's has even evolved, just in the past 2 or 3 years is kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, and we're always trying to evolve it. If there's another server that's picking up, we check it out and give it a shot and see how it goes. But Legends is the only one that stayed strong to the test of time.
Yeah, I know that we've got quite a few guys over on Infinity. Have you tried that out, or just pre-CU doesn't really
I've
strike your
played
goat?
it. Yeah, I mean, I've played it. I have a Padawan, but it's just, I don't know what it is. It doesn't hold my attention.
Yeah, I guess that form of gaming is more of a thing of nostalgia for I think a lot of the people that play on the server. You have your occasional different people uh, that never played pre-CU that wanted to try it that enjoy it, but I feel the vast majority of people who never played it that try it are like, what the fuck is this? Like, it was the first survival MMO ever.
I was gonna say how I feel it is. It's meant to be like a true massive multiplayer game, and there's just not the numbers to play that style of game.
Yeah, there's a lot of
That game
things.
is set up for having a ton of people to repair your armor, make weapons, and do all sorts of stuff that get along with it. I mean, Infinity has done a lot of great quality of life stuff and made life really easier compared to what it was on live. But
Right.
to me, if in order to have that feel of wanting to play over there, you need to have like just a ton of people over there,
So
and I don't think we're gonna have that.
kind of segueing off of that, Legends has had a lot of quality of life things that have transpired that I think a lot of us either A, take for granted, or B, just don't even realize until we try another NGE server and it's like, oh, fuck, you mean to tell me that I have to click where I want to go and then click travel versus just double clicking? Like little silly
Yeah.
things that you just kind of take for granted.
Hmm. Yeah, the G9 rigger, ITV, and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you can be anywhere and everywhere all at the same time. It's good stuff.
Mm. Oh yeah.
It kind of honestly has that type of update has made bounty hunting pretty difficult if we're going to be honest, because when you start adding in all of these waves of transport at the click of a button, your droid could come
Yeah.
back and just be like, hey, your target's on Rory. And then you get to Rory and you throw up a secret droid and they're not there anymore. And it's like, well, fuck. So you throw another main droid and it's like, he's in Tatooine. Oh, well, okay. You go to Mos Eisley. You're standing right where the dude was and now he's gone again.
Yeah, and that droid takes forever. Yeah, with the city and the guild waypoints too, to make it where it's easy to planet hop constantly. But even before they had all of those new quality of life updates, heck, I remember hunting Sam one time, and me and Eternal and the other person that we were hunting him, we spent almost close to an hour tracking him down because he was just constantly planet hopping, planet hopping, planet hopping. And just right when we were about to give up, he was right in front of a shuttle port, I think, in Mos Espa, out of all the random places.
Yeah.
So I think it comes to more of how determined you are to get it. I think a lot of people want instant gratification that goes along with those quality of life updates, and Bounty Hunter hasn't been on the same pace as it comes to those quality of life updates.
Yeah, I completely agree. Or a lot of the things that we deal with as bounty hunters just weren't really thought about whenever they made a quality of life update for everybody. It's like, well, how negatively is this going to impact hunting?
Yeah. And I think it's also to make other people's life easier too.
Yeah, I mean,
The
but to be
downfall of the Senate, I think it comes to a lot of their own personal interests and not what's best for the class, is where I'm getting at.
yeah, I can get that too. Like, I'm not trying to throw shade, but I think most of the PvP community could agree that stems should be on the wheel for officer, and that's something that's passed, and they just have said hard no to it, and just kind of makes you scratch your head. So,
Well, I'm not that familiar with the whole issue, but doesn't that free up a lot of points so you could be like melee and pistols officer? Like,
no,
I'm trying to see where the downfall is.
well, there isn't really one, to be fair, because most of the guys that are running PvP builds don't take the stems anyways, and they just go find a stem bot out in Isley or wherever, and it doesn't even matter. But so they're still getting the stems regardless. So it doesn't
Yeah.
really give an unfair advantage that you can just call down a box of stems for your group and be PvP spec at the same time. It literally has zero effect on the end game, in my opinion.
Well, then I think it's up to staff to explain their position, and they don't have to explain it either, but
Yeah, I agree entirely.
uh,
And now, a moment with Gaxbastic.
Why is everybody always picking on me?
Gaxbastic, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, man?
Same old shit, man. Doing a little podcast with our boy Zanders here, and looking for a copy pasta or something just cringeworthy. Got anything, bud?
I do. I got one from Sam 2H having a meltdown.
Okay.
So apparently it's from about 3 years ago, I believe, and this all takes place between 1:44 in the morning and 4:33 in the morning.
Pretty normal hours for people. Yep.
Yeah, apparently he goes on a whole rant with no response. It just keeps going. So anyway, his first message from Sam 2H says, so good job to the leadership of SSBH. You wanted notoriety in your pathetic lives? Here it is, and it cost us the fun of the BH system. You are the reason BH got into this mess because you wanted to associate your own guild tag with notoriety, fucking idiot. That's all I have to say about that, at Eternal. You're a fucking tool. But I can't see any other reason than it was an SSBH member that hunted at a staff event. And the SSBH tag has notoriety within the community, much to Eternal's pleasure. So GGWP, you fucked us all over. And this is what your faggot GL wanted this entire time, to be hated by the server. Unfortunately, all fucking bounty hunters have to pay the price, and I will fight against this change.
That's quite the
I think I remember a little of the background now. I think there was a staff member that passed away, and they did an in-game event, and one of our new hunters didn't know what the heck was going on, and he just went in and collected a bounty during the event. And some staff member said something that set all this off, and he just went on a total meltdown. I think that's what this is pertaining to.
Yeah, it all takes place in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But Zanders is since you taught Sam 2H everything he knows, I mean, what do you think about his little rant here?
Oh God, it's just a total meltdown. I got nothing more to say about that one.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Sam 2H is just one of those guys. Can't keep it together. But also, Xander's, hey, I was wanting to know, how did your staff interview went? Can you tell me about that?
Oh, you mean the one where Crimson railroaded it? That's the curveball Eternal was talking about, huh?
Why don't you tell me about it? And who's Crimson, by the way? Can you walk me through that?
Crimson is the former team lead for the CSR team on staff.
Okay.
And she didn't want to give me an interview. And one of the staff members stuck up for me and got an interview. And she accused me of exploiting. And when I asked her for evidence, she couldn't provide any.
sounds pretty normal.
Yeah, she was just parroting stuff that Sam and Dudesky say. So it was pretty obvious who was in their pocket at that point.
Have you or have you not seen her nipples?
Oh, God. I don't know. You tell me. Have I seen them?
I've seen a painting of them, unfortunately, numerous times.
Unfortunately.
God, this community's so fucked. Well, Gak, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks, bud.
Later. So let's get back on track here. Do you have any hot takes on things that you've heard about SSBH that are just grossly incorrect? That just drives you crazy.
All we have to do is triple hunt. That one I kind of just took in stride with, and I'll say that's how I only hunt is in triple hunting.
Yeah, I get that as well. I often say that unless you're LD or AFK, I can't kill you because that's just the name. Yeah.
Over the years, I've heard so many things, and I've learned to just let it roll because you can't get upset with all the stuff. I mean, I've been called a pedophile and all sorts of other stuff, and you can't let that kind of stuff bother you.
Yeah, no, you really can't. Not to mention, I mean, the funny thing about that is the same people that complain, oh, well, you false accuse me of such and such and such and such, are the same people that falsely accuse other people of shit. And it's just like, just grow up.
Very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just grow up. But then again, it's a game, and we're adults still playing a 20-year-old dead game. So what do you expect?
Yeah.
I guess the last main question I'm gonna ask you, bud, is what's something that you would like to see implemented into the server that hasn't happened yet?
That one, I think I could put a thought in there. You know, they've done so many things, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. If anything, I would like to see something more of like a mercenary buffs, officer buff kind of tier, which I don't think is possible, but that is something that I would like to see.
Yeah, that could be really interesting if done correctly. I think they're trying to work on that now. But if done correctly, that's something that could be very cool, in my opinion. But you would just have to tread lightly with it so it wasn't too OP or also so bad that it wasn't worth even fucking with. So Yeah.
That would give a good theme park for Eternal to run because he just loves to do PvE. That is like his bread and butter right there.
Yeah, he's quite the PvE bounty hunter, no question. Look out, elite dangerous targets because he's coming. It's coming.
Mhm.
Well, bud,
He's coming to get your PvE bounty.
he's
It's been a
coming.
great talk with you.
It has been a great talk, buddy. I
Yeah.
hope to talk to you again soon. Take care.
Yeah, thanks. See you later.
See you, bud.